I got this great question from a follower. It says, I'm asexual with PTSD from SA, but I'm romantically lesbian. My wife struggles to feel loved without intimacy, but I love her so incredibly much. How do I show her romantic love without sex? This is such a good question, and I appreciate you asking. First of all, I want to say I'm proud of you for asking for support. Sometimes there's shame around these topics, and there really shouldn't be. Now, I'd need to know more about where you are on the asexual spectrum to really answer this thoroughly, but I'll just do my best. So some people who are ace still choose to engage in some sexual activity as the giver, but not the receiver, if you know what I mean. And this still doesn't change your sexual orientation at all. So you're still asexual. And if you're willing to think outside of the box about this, there are many different things that you can try. I hope this isn't too graphic for TikTok or YouTube. I'm tired of getting stuck in TikTok jail. But here are some ideas. You could maybe run her a bubble bath, and while she's in the bath, you're sitting on the side of the tub, touching her. And you can use your hands or toys. So in the bathroom, you could, dim the lights, get some candles, make it romantic, have some music. And then having that barrier there of the tub could be helpful for you if you have like some sensory issues about your own body being touched. But that could be really fun for your partner. Other ideas of non-sexual intimacy are massages. So you could offer to give her like a full body massage or just massage one part of her body, like specifically her feet or her neck or shoulders or whatever it is that where she likes to be touched. Non-sexual physical touch can be deeply intimate. You would need to ask her what are some ways you could meet that need for her. It could be cuddling, holding hands more, or just gentle touches. Also, talk to her about any parts of your body that you are okay with her touching. It could be that you don't mind some physical intimacy, but you only want to be touched maybe on your arms or just your neck or just your back or just your face. And another option, and you'd have to talk about this one for sure with her, and you need consent for all of these things. You want to talk ahead of time about what you're going to be trying to do. She could actually be pleasuring herself while you are providing physical closeness, like being close in bed. I don't know if you're open to kissing, but you could also kiss her as she pleasures herself. I'm afraid to say the M word. I might go to TikTok jail again, so bear with me here. You could also shower together knowing that it's not going to be leading to anything sexual. You could get some scrunchies for the shower and then take turns like using them on each other's backs. So there's just so many options for non-sexual intimate touch that's also romantic. You just need to get really creative and talk to her about this. Let her know that you want to try some of these things and see if she can also help with some ideas. And if any of you can relate or have any ideas, please leave a comment and let's help out this couple. And this is a judgment-free zone. I only want kind comments. Here's another great question that I got from a follower. It says, lesbian out for more than 30 years, long-term relationship. I feel like we struggle to resolve arguments. Like, how can we actually hear each other? First of all, shout out to my Gen X lesbians. That's what I am. I've been out for 25 years. I'm a therapist. I've got a wife and kids, living the dream. And this is such an important question because every person in a relationship needs to learn how to fight right. Your ability to manage conflict within your relationship will determine the quality of the relationship and ultimately whether or not you stay together. I should probably do an entire video on this, but for today I'm just going to highlight one main way to fight right. And I want you to send this to your partner and talk to them about this and tell them you want to start working on resolving conflict in this way. So the one thing I want to talk about is what we call in the world of couples therapy a gentle startup. It's the first 3 minutes of an argument will determine how well it's going to go. So we as therapists can tell just in the first 3 minutes of a disagreement if it's going to escalate into something worse or if there's going to be a resolution. The most successful couples are able to bring up issues without blame, criticism, and contempt. And I'm going to give you some real life examples so you can know how this works. Some people will say to me, every time I bring up an issue with my partner or ask them to do something, they just get defensive or get mad at me. And then I ask this person, well, how did you bring up the issue with them? Because usually if there's something we're upset about with our partner, we bring it up in a way that is critical, it's blaming them, and it's shaming them. We might say things like, you aren't helping me. You never listen to me. Why are you acting this way? Didn't I tell you we needed milk? I can't believe you forgot our anniversary. And all of these ways of bringing up a problem will cause an argument. Your partner will get defensive and fight back or withdraw. Can anybody relate? Everybody raise your hand. We can all relate to this, right? And this way of bringing up an issue is called a harsh startup. So what you want to do instead is practice what we call a gentle startup. And all of this has been researched, by the way. It's evidence-based treatment, meaning we know this works, but we have to practice this skill, and these are the skills that we teach couples to do. So a gentle startup sounds something like this. Hey babe, I could really use some help cleaning the kitchen tonight. Would you mind helping me? So do you see how that's much different than, you never help me clean up after dinner. I'm tired of doing this myself. So a gentle startup is, hey, I really missed hearing from you today. Can you start texting me more and checking in throughout the day? And that is much different than, where were you all day? I can't believe you didn't think to check in with me. A gentle startup is asking for what you need from your partner instead of telling them what they're doing wrong. It's saying, hey babe, would you mind putting my clean clothes on the bed next time instead of the floor? Instead of saying, I can't believe you just put my clean clothes on the floor. What is wrong with you? That's so rude. A gentle startup is starting a sentence with I instead of you. You're talking about yourself and what you need. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I need some help. Instead of, you never help me, you never listen to me. So I hope that you all can see the difference here. This does not come naturally. We don't automatically talk this way. We have to practice this skill. So let your partner know that you want to start practicing resolving conflict in this way. And this is all in the book, Fight Right by the Gottmans. My wife and I have 2 copies of this book, one for me and one for her. I hope this is helpful. Feel free to leave me a message with any specific questions you have about relationships.